Of course I can't talk to vibrate a stupid thing. And hello there, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. It is the DRUG here once again. And we are back for more Devil May Cry 4. Yay! Vibrator is in the chat party with me, but unfortunately looks like the internet has decided to say, go to hell. So yeah, we're gonna get back to Capcom. Speaking of Capcom, good lord, did their E3 presentation suck a massive dick. They showed really no new game footage at all, pretty much. And the only two things I really noticed or cared about was, one, they announced that Resident Evil Village is getting DLC, so that's a plus, but we don't know when it's coming out, and when the first trailer for the new one will be coming, so that will be interesting to see. Also, that Resident Evil verse thing that me and Dave have and a few other people, that will be finally available to be played starting next month. So we'll probably see some video of that next month, at least to take a look at that situation. Other than that, I'm going to be honest here. The only things I've noticed at E3 that I will be personally pre-ordering at this point is the following. Psychonauts 2. Yes, I know everyone's going to say, but Doug, Psychonauts 2 is a Xbox thing because who owns it? Yes, but remember, before Xbox bought them or whatever, the crowdfunding, it did promise that it would be on PS4. So by contract because of contract, Psychonauts 2 is going to be on the PS4. Now it will be technically on the PS5, but due to backwards compatibility, so better words, probably it would be the PS4 version only, I'm going to presume, but just look better, but not be an official PS5 game. But I will be pre-ordering Psychonauts 2. The game Hades, which looks very good. I've heard great things about it and seen Maximilian and a bunch of other people let's play it, so I'm looking forward to that. That is coming to PS4 and PS5. Life is Strange Complete Edition. Now that's going to be the first Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm. They're supposed to have new look and everything. I think it's for PS4 and PS5, so I'll check. I'm probably going to pre-order the 5 version most likely. And Guardians of the Galaxy, which is from the team that did Avengers, but I'm a little worried about it. And there's Vibrator. We can hear him now.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I will personally say this. I've been disappointed with E3 this year. Not a lot of big games getting announced, unless you count maybe what Square Enix did over the weekend. But there's not been that WoW game coming to me for PlayStation that somebody's making. Now I know Sony's not been did not go to E3 this year. And after seeing what Capcom and some of the other companies were doing, yeah, I'm kind of glad Sony stayed out of it if they didn't have any real new games to show off or anything. And that's the weird thing is the Lego Telltale wasn't there for no Lego Star Wars news. NetherRealm Studios wasn't there, so there's been no news about a new fighting game. As a matter of fact, there's really been no announcement about any fighting game at E3 this year, so that's kind of disappointing, unless Nintendo pulls out Smash Brothers, but that's going to be a Switch-only thing. So yeah, E3 kind of disappointing this year, I will say. And Vibrator, how are you doing today? My poisonous gas penetrates the air. You must escape before your life is drained.
In pain because the sunlight is the devil.
I can understand that. I hope your day gets a little better. Time to kill the Sharky. Okay, you're a dick. Well, this controller does have its right analog stick issue. At least I can actually run faster with this one, which will probably be very useful in the boss battles to come. Let it be known that sunburns fucking suck, especially when it ends up putting down to the bone. Ugh. I'd say if you're still feeling like that tomorrow, you may want to go to the hospital, because it may be something else entirely.
Yeah, there's no way in hell I could afford to go to the hospital now when don't even have 20 bucks to my name.
Ah.
And especially now when I'm trying to live off of 400 bucks a fucking month.
Oh, that's not fun. Don't forget, I'll be giving away that movie code pretty soon. I will say, if no one else leaves a comment, though, Vibrator will win it by default. That reminds me, I gotta make sure to put in the codes for the PS5 games, Ratchet and Clank and Guilty Gear. By the way, in case anybody Raiders of the... So who will win the Indiana Jones? Da, 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 da. Hopefully the stream won't go to hell. I got enough blue orbs. Real quick before I continue, in case somebody wants to know, I have 28,936 trophies and 467 platinum. So we are only 64 trophies away from 29,000 and 8 levels away from being at level 800 for trophies. AKA, I have no life. I need a girlfriend. I like the fact there's no storms near me, and yet they're gonna, and it's gonna be like, oh, your internet's shit tonight. At least it worked for Virtual Fighter 5 last night. But you almost got one of the 2 trophies unlocked in that game, guys, so... I would like to show us some Virtual Fighter 5, hopefully, this week. If we can get enough people, we might do league matches. Boom goes the dynamite. But I hope everyone's having a good Monday. And I did hear what the rumored one game for Plus is supposed to be next month. It's supposed to be that Plague Tale game. Set doing the Black Plague. I have it already. It is a fun game, but it's one of those that you have to be stealthy. There's not a lot of combat in it. And I think that might be because the sequel is actually going to be on Xbox only. And at the end of this month, guys, I do get to pick up my new PS5 controller, so if I ever have company over, I can actually have play PS5 games at least. And for you pop figure fans out there, the Pikachu, the Psyduck Pokemon pop figures came out today, and another Deadpool and a new Deadpool came out today as well. Where the hell is he at? Get the hell down here, bitch. Thank you for dying today. Yay, we won't be poisoned anymore. Thank the Lord. Hoop. Unfortunately, I cannot jump around. By the way, with these new headsets I got, man, when I started getting to the opening, I could really hear that music very creepily. Yay! I can leave the castle now. So your princess is in another fucking castle. Bought some more Pepsi Blue today when I was at Kroger as well. By the way, for you Platinum Hunters out there is another breakthrough game, catching bowling balls for 99 cents. I actually played that this morning. Well, no, not this morning, when I got on at 9 p.m. Yeah, that platinum only takes you, if you're good at it, 45 seconds. Let's see, another comment real quick. Vibrator says, it's honestly bullshit when a game sequel ends up going exclusively to one console, especially when the first one wasn't an exclusive. I do agree with that. I think that's like Psychonauts 2 from Double Fine Studios. Though, I think they're getting, because of the crowdfunding and how everything happened before they got bought, that's why they're doing it. But yeah, some of the other games, it is kind of BS. I do know... Thankfully, there was no Evil Within 3 or a new Wolfenstein game announced. But I will say this, because I talked it over with my family. if they get announced, will probably get me, unfortunately, my first ever Xbox system, but it would have to be much, much later down the road kind of deal, because I'm going to say this, and to anyone who owns an Xbox, if you love it, I'm happy for you. But personally, the only game I've ever wanted to play on Xbox is Killer Instinct, because you know me, the fighting game nuthead. You know, and that is the one thing I would say. Sometimes when it comes to console exclusives, either one or two things happens. Either A, it's going to remain on that console only, like Halo, God of War, and a few others, or B, using the Blair Witch game for a minute, that was on Xbox first, and then a year later it came to PlayStation, which, by the way, I am not a fan of the Blair Witch game. If I ever let's play that, it's going to be me bored out of my mind, because it is a poor man's Outlast, is the best way I can describe that. But yeah, if you, how can I say this? A lot of people are disappointed with E3 so far this year. I've not heard a lot of good things, so let's all hope tomorrow that Nintendo or Namco knock it out of the park. That would be our only hope, that we can say we had a good E3 this year. But personally, I don't see that happening. Because Nintendo, we already know it's going to probably be nothing but Mario or Legend of Zelda. Unless they shock us, which please shock us, Nintendo. Give us something to be happy about for E3 this year. Because God knows it hasn't been anything else. And at Namco, if you're listening, give us a new Tekken. But yeah, by the way, that Hades game, guys, it does launch in August on PS4 and PS5 for anyone who wanted to know about that. So there is that for you, my wonderful people. I'm going to seriously laugh if I just had to put Wicked and Vibrator's name into the wheel spinner. That would be hilarious. And don't forget, this Thursday, for you Madden fans out there, they will be announcing the cover stars. Because they did show a little bit of a trailer that it had 2 goats, so it's going to be 2 people this year. They haven't done 2 people in a while. I think the last time they did it was a Steelers and a Cardinals player. A lot of people think it's going to be Tom Brady and Drew Brees. I kind of think that as well. But we shall see what happens. You know, Drew Brees is retired, but he is considered one of the GOATs. And, well, Brady, well, we know people consider him the GOAT as well. So, la la la. I know this would never happen, but I would love to see the Guy game come out as remastered. I know it's never going to happen, though, in this day and age, so. But that does bring me to an interesting question of the video, guys. What game that has not been in existence in a while, so it pretty much has laid dormant for at least, I'm going to say PS3 era, so from PS3 era to 2 to 1 and all that, which dormant video game franchise would you like to see make a comeback? Get a second chance. 3 games pop into my head. I would say Ninja Gaiden, but hey, that remaster just came out. So number 3, Twisted Metal. I think, because I love Twisted Metal, everybody knows that. And the last one they did, the one that came out in 2012, it didn't do that well. It didn't do bad, but it didn't do great like they were hoping. I think one of the problems was they just concentrated on 3 characters and focused on the online play, which I get that. But I think in Twisted Metal's case, it's always been about not only the gameplay, which it had, but the great stories for each character. So hopefully if they do another Twisted Metal, we get that. I doubt it, but we shall see as the saying goes. The second one, Dead Space. Now, if you had Xbox 360 or PS3 back in the day, Dead Space was the horror game, because Resident Evil, unfortunately, for 5 and 6 were not focused on the horror elements of those. They were on the action oriented. But Dead Space 3 filled that role nicely. Personally, I love the Dead Space games. Yes, I know the third one did not sell well because I was viewed as a multiplayer type game only, which it was and it wasn't. But I would love to see that get a second chance. I think it could do very well. Right now, if EA would be smart and bring it out as a remastered. I don't know if they will or not, but that would be nice. And then the number one, and this one, we're going all the way back to PS1. Wicked Viper, did you remember what a PS1 was? I know Wicked does. But the number one game I would like to see get a second chance, Dino Crisis from Capcom. Now, if you don't never played Dino Crisis, let's see. Vibrator says it would be one thing if it's a brand new IP that ends up being exclusive to one system, but when it's a game that's always been on both systems, and it shouldn't go exclusively to one system. I do agree with that. Unfortunately, this is what worried me when Bethesda got bought up by Microsoft, excluding the games that were already contracted to be on PlayStation from Bethesda, like Deathloop and a few others. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a new Wolfenstein, if we do get a new Evil Within, or the next Fallout, or Elder Scrolls, that would only be on Xbox exclusively, or at least be on Xbox for the first year and then get ported. Because, I think Xbox want to make a lot of money. I think they would realize that, hey, maybe we should let some of these go to other consoles, or at least PC, to make more money. Granted, we'll see what happens when we get to that bridge. But Dino Crisis, like I was saying, that one I would love to see come back. Because the first two games were very good. It was pretty much Resident Evil, but instead of zombies, everybody do the dinosaur. Sorry. I know I can't sing. But yeah, Dino Crisis is one that I love. I think I have the first one. The second one's kind of been harder to find for me, but if you have Dino Crisis 1 or 2, you can tell that it does borrow a lot from Resident Evil, but it does such a good job because it was made by Capcom. I would say, though, I would love to see Def Jam Fight for New York or Def Jam Vendetta come back, but I don't know if E3 would ever do that. Let's see, Vibrator says it would be like Resident Evil, Madden, or any other game series that's been on both systems going just to Xbox or just to PlayStation. Funny you mentioned Resident Evil, actually. Well, yes, the first 3 Resident Evils were on PS1. Code Veronica X was only originally released on the Dreamcast. It didn't get to PS2 till much later. And then, with Resident Evil 4... it pretty much came out on the GameCube first. It didn't even go to PlayStation until like many years later, PlayStation 2. And same with Resident Evil 1 actually as well. The remake of Resident Evil 1 and 0, they originally were on the GameCube for years until eventually they got ported to PC and PS3. But that was like years and years after they were already released. So Resident Evil's got a weird history. It's never only... Doing the first 3 and Survivor, yeah, they were exclusively on PlayStation. But then Code Veronica X was a Dreamcast exclusive only for a few years. PS2 owners were stuck with Resident Evil Dead Aim and Outbreak Fire 1 and 2. By the way, Resident Evil Outbreak 1 and 2 for Outbreak is fucking awesome. I recommend anyone who's got a PS2, go find Outbreak 1 and 2. You will enjoy it. You will actually see what could have been for Operation Raccoon City and Umbrella Corps and Capcom. Please, if you're listening to me, please give us a remastered of Resident Evil Outbreak Fire 1 and 2. I will spend any money on it. I don't care if it's $60, $70, $80, or $100. I would buy both of them. I know Capcom's not listening, but I can hope and pray. And even Crash Bandicoot as well. That was originally just PlayStation only, and then once PS2 and Xbox and all that came out, they started porting it to everything else. It's kind of weird nowadays. You don't see that many just exclusives staying on one system anymore. I mean, even MLB, the new MLB The Show game, as an example, it's actually for the first time ever on Xbox. Which is kind of funny. So when you start it up, I have been told you actually see a Sony PlayStation logo doing the title screen, which is hilarious. I'm sure we'll see that with if any Bethesda games come to the PS4 and 5 respectively, but we shall see. Oh, speaking of that, let's pause it real quick to go what we always go over. Sports. No. Because it is. We got the NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs, and Vibrator, say it with me now. Fuck the Islanders.
I hope that entire fucking team gets hit by a goddamn bus.
Well, I can't let you know. Unfortunately, the Islanders did win the game, first game of their series against the Lightning last night. Unfortunately, so sadly, unfortunately, the Islanders do lead that series 1-0. As far as for the other semifinal, Stanley Cup semifinals, that is happening right now on NBC Sports. And the Golden Knights do lead the Canadiens 3-1 in the third period. So, Golden Knights trying to actually become, I think, one of the youngest organizations to win the Stanley Cup, because they're not that old of an organization. As far as for the NBA, giving you a recap since I was not streaming last night on Sunday, the Bucks tied the Nets series 2-2, and it looks like Kyrie Irving may be injured. He is going to be missing Game 5, so that might be poetic justice for stomping on the Boston Celtics logo. And the Suns swept the Nuggets as they won Game 4, 125-118. So the MVP of the league has been eliminated. As far as for tonight, the Atlanta Hawks tied their series against the 76ers as they won Game 4, 103-100. And right now, getting near the end of the second quarter, it is the Jazz 41, Clippers 65. This is Game 4. Utah does lead the series 2-1. And finally, in baseball, today, my Orioles lost to the Indians 4-3. The Reds are leading the Brewers 10-2 in middle and getting started at the bottom of the ninth. At the end of the eighth, the Tigers lead the Royals 8-3. Top of the fifth, the Athletics lead the Angels 7-1. Giants lead the Diamondbacks 3-1. Twins and Mariners are tied 1-1. And the Phillies are leading the Dodgers 1-0. Games that went final. Mets beat the Cubs 5-2. Nationals beat the Pirates 3-2. Red Sox beat the Blue Jays 2-1. Rays beat the White Sox 5-2. Mariners and Cardinals end in a tie 2-2. What the hell? And Rockies beat the Padres 3-2. Hold on a minute. There's never been a tie in baseball. I am confused. Seriously confused right now. What the fuck? If somebody could tell me what that game is, it says final 2-2, that would be great. Mariners and Cardinals. I need someone to explain this to me. My mind is broken. I seriously don't know what the hell. How does that happen? Seriously, how the hell does that happen? I'm gonna have to watch Sports Center tonight to see what the hell happened there. Oh, time to fight the demon pony. You can go down now. Well, that was a bad camera angle. And down goes the demon pony. Alright, let's see, what mission we're on now. Mission number 17. Alright, so after mission 17, guys, I will be giving away the movie code. So if no one else has commented by then after this mission, it will be between Wicked and Vibrator to see who gets the movie. So, to you two right now, hold something that's lucky that maybe you'll get the chance to win it. Stupid Knights of the Round Table. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Now looks like we have a new comment from a Mr. Keychain64. Capcom fucking dead to me. I can understand that Keychain the E3 presentation was terrible. I don't think anyone's going to deny that. That could be just one of the worst presentations I've seen in a long time. Might be the number one. And I gotta say, because I actually watched that presentation, it literally was like, so we're just going to hear to hype up shit that we already know about. Yes, I know that's going to happen at E3 on occasion. There'll be games that they talk about that we already know about, but Capcom could have gave us something. A new game, or, you know, saying, hey, we're bringing Darkstalkers back, or, hey, we're bringing Dino Crisis back, or a new Mega Man game's coming out, or we're remastering Mega Man Soccer, one of the Mega Man arcade games. Something like that. Keychain64 says, my heart was set on Mega Man Battle Network. I can understand that because I know that was a very popular game back in the day when it came out. I personally have never played it because I think that was a... I want to say that was a DS game or GameCube, not GameCube. Game Boy, one of doing that time. I might be wrong. If I am, Keychain, you can correct me. But I know a lot of people loved it, and I think it was based off the animated show because I watched the animated show. I just never played the game for it. Which is not enough kind of funny because I actually have sat through the entirety of the Virtua Fighter cartoon series, Mortal Kombat, both Street Fighter cartoons, and all that. Keychain64 says GBA. Yep. Alright, well, thank you for saying I was not a complete idiot. That's the first time I think I can say that this year. The show and games was awesome. Yeah, I know most of the Mega Man shows have been decent to good. I do remember Mega Man Battle Network's one of the few that no one's really said anything bad about, unlike the 90s Mega Man cartoon, which I think most people try to forget that one existed, like the Street Fighter cartoon. Am I going the right way? Yes, I am. Nintendo will win E3 and they haven't done anything yet. Oh, I think Nintendo, unless Namco does something crazy, Nintendo's going to win it, because Xbox to me really didn't do anything impressive to me. Granted, I don't have an Xbox, so that's probably why I think that. You know, there are a few good games I would like from there, but I got Psychonauts 2 coming. That's all I care about. So unless Namco does something like announce a new Tekken game or Tekken Tag Tournament 3, which I doubt, Nintendo will win it. And you're looking forward to the next Smash character. I've heard rumors that it could be, but again, rumors are like assholes. Everyone's got one. But yeah, I probably will watch the Nintendo one just because I'm like, if I will say this, if they put a new Donkey Kong game out, I might be tempted to buy a Switch. And for anyone who says that's because I will be honest, I grew up on Sega and PlayStation. I was never this Sony Nintendo guy. I mean, I just got a GameCube for the first time not that long ago, thanks to Wicked. No, I do not, Keychain. All I have is PS1, 2, 3, 4, PS5, Sega Genesis, Sega Dreamcast, a GameCube, a Sega Game Gear, and an Atari. Oh, did you also have a Sega Genesis as a kid? Yes, I do. I have a lot of Sega Genesis games behind me on my wall back there. From games that most people may have heard of, like, of course, the Sonics and Rage games, to games that many people may have not played before, like the Yu Yu Hakusho game. Which was, I believe, only a Japanese exclusive. And they work? Yes. I think the only one that kind of ends up crashing on me a lot is WWF Raw, but that's because I played that way too much. And most of my Dreamcast games looked, excluding one-ish, but that one, I think that one I played to death as well once I picked it up to it. It doesn't like to cooperate. But thankfully for me, because my mom and my grandparents at the time, they got me Sega and Sony stuff. That make I only played Streets of Rage, Sonic, Mortal Kombat, and some wood helicopter game. Okay, I know Streets of Rage because I have a lot of them. I actually got the fourth one on PS4. Might actually stream that once the DLC finally comes out for that damn thing. In Mortal Kombat, yeah, I love Mortal Kombat. I got pretty much all of them at this point. Even got that one no one likes to talk about, Mortal Kombat Special Forces. Which I would say, excluding the opening title sequence, that game entirely sucks. Does it? Okay, I know which one you mean because there was a lot of copter games back then on the Genesis, so it's probably, I know which one it might be. Never heard of Special Forces. Yeah, that Mortal Kombat Special Forces came out near the PS1's end lifespan, and it was so badly rushed that it is considered to be one of the worst PlayStation 1 games ever made. And most people have it in their top 10 worst games of all time, which that says a lot. Some people actually think it's worse than Superman 64's Shaq Fu. I think it's a bad game, but it's probably not in my top 5, maybe top 10-ish. Because I know a lot of people, if they played Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero Anthologies, which is bad, but with both Special Forces and Sub-Zero Anthologies, there was one good thing we got out of them. They realized there were mistakes from it, and when we got Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, which is a great game, one I know that everyone's been wanting to see remastered for a long time. They were able to fix all their issues. Oh, he's already down. Okay, they're all dead. So yeah, Special Forces is one I could say, if you can find it for cheap, pick it up and give it a shot to see why it's considered the worst. I miss Zombie Liu Kang. I would be honest though, because I remember when Deadly Alliance first came out, I got it day one because I'm a Mortal Kombat buff. And when I saw Liu Kang die, now I may remind you, I'm playing this game at about 11 p.m. at night. My grandparents and my mom are already asleep. I jumped and screamed saying hallelujah, because I've never picked Liu Kang to play as. I'll be honest, with MK1 it was Raiden, MK2 it was Raiden and Reptile, Mortal Kombat 3 it was Striker, MK4 into the Alliance my main was Quan Chi, and he pretty much would remain my main for most of the when he's in him. Same with Melina. Melina's the only female I've actually mained, but when Liu Kang was there, I was like, oh right, he's not the star anymore. And then of course Deadly Deception came out. He's in the game of Zombie Liu Kang, which is actually a cool design. He actually looks pretty cool, and I was glad they carried him over to Armageddon as well. But I think it would be nice to see him come back as in a DLC costume in a way. I know we have his no, is it out? No, what's it called? Shit. When he's a Reverend, when Shinnok takes his soul or whatever. But I think everyone would like to see Zombie Liu Kang come back. Maybe in Mortal Kombat 12 we'll get that. I don't know. But Zombie Liu Kang is probably one of those that I think they really missed on a golden chance to actually make a lot of money. But that's where we have Mortal Kombat Armageddon and Deception you can always go back to if you have a PS2 or something like that. Now, which way do I go? Which way do I go? I don't think I can go through the big door. Yeah, I'm supposed to go through the big doors. Yay! Yeah, we get to beat the giant cockroach. After one more bullshit. I should point out, if you're just tuning in, we already did the Dante and Neo storyline, so we are doing the DLC storyline for Virgil and then Lady and Trish, and then we'll be heading over to Devil May Cry 5, and we'll be done with the Devil May Cry franchise after that. Gotta get to work. See you next time. Alright, Keychain64, you have a good night, and have a good night at work, or morning or day, depending where you live at. And you have a good rest of your week, man. Well, we beat the Undertaker. Da, 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 da. It's 11:42 p.m. LOL. Ah, it's the same time it is for me too, actually. So we're on the same time zone. And this the giant cockroach, as Razor Ramon would say. And the cockroach is dead. Yay, we don't have to worry about him ever again. Love in an elevator, making love, I'm going down. Alright. Now let's see who wins that movie code as I spin the wheel and make the deal. We got 3 people up for it. It'll either be Keychain, 64, Wicked, or Vibrator. So, big bucks, big bucks, big bucks for somebody. Who gets the movie code? And the wheel is a spinning and a spinning and a spinning and a spinning. And the winner of the Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark is Giant Vibrator. Congratulations, Vibrator, you won the movie code. I will send it to you after the stream. To Keychain and Wicked, thanks for playing. We'll probably have another movie code giveaway in next month. Probably when I pick up Godzilla vs. Kong next month. I do technically have one more code, but the thing is, it says the code may not work after 10, 15, 20, and that's 3 from Hell. So, Wicked, if you want to see if that one works, I will send it to you and see if the code still works or not. Because I have no idea if it works or not, because I don't test these codes. I just give them out and let people have their merry way. Ah, so close to that. Alright, so let's do mission 18. I will send that to you tonight before I head to bed, Wicked, so you'll probably see it in the morning. Hopefully the Tom and Jerry code I know did work, because I know I sent that to you since the one chick did not want. Okay, how am I supposed to do this one? I don't exactly have a gun here. Whee! That statue needs a penis.
Alrighty then.
Yes, the movie I have mixed reviews on. Why is that? Did you not enjoy Tom and Jerry, or was it not as... Because me and Mom haven't seen it yet. We're probably going to try to watch it this weekend. Oh, crap. Laser beam! No, I got teleported. You probably will be disappointed. Yeah, I remember one of my friends who has kids said he didn't enjoy it, but his children did get, but I think he said because his children never grew up on the original, that might have been why. At least tell me it's better than that one Tom and Jerry film we got years ago that was in theaters. When they talked for the first time. And had musical numbers. If anybody knows which one I'm talking about, congratulations, you're old. Oh, come on, I hit soccer, motherfucker. Alright, let's try this again. Okay. It is weird, LOL. Alright, now I gotta get the I gotta do his foot and then the back. Problem is those don't have a lot of reach. So we need to, I think, go this way? Yeah, because we got to take his legs out. Nah, come on. Alright, we just got to take out one more, I think, foot. There we go. I think that just leaves the big thing in the middle. Oh God. Laser beams! Ah, the item place. Huh. And the Vegas Golden Knights beat the Montreal Canadiens 4-1. Vegas takes the series lead in that one. I actually got to remember how to play this boss battle because it's been a while. And plus, since Virgil doesn't have any guns, it kind of makes things a little difficult. I can't even tell if I'm doing damage to him or not. Think I'm in the right place now? Yep. Oh, he got mad. Remember, children, don't get mad. Get glad from Gladwell. Keep on running because I don't want to get hit by that laser. He's firing my laser, blah. We're not at the right place yet. There we go. Oh God. Come on, this has got to be the right place, right? Okay, maybe he doesn't want to... Run away, Charlie Brown. No, 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 no. Oh, God. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. Now I want a cookie. And just think, I get to do this again with Lady and Trish. Oh, boy. My phone's about to die. I'll see you later. Alright, Wicked. You have a good night, man. And congratulations to Mrs. Wicked, by the way, for graduating. She did not yet, but did have a party. Okay. And no problem. I'm glad they were able to have a party, at least. I know most places haven't done that anymore. Oh, not the firing my laser. Blah, again. Oh, crap. That hurt. What the heck was he kicking at? Nothing. Oh, good. He's firing his laser again. Well, at least he's almost dead. Oh, come on, dude. Let me... it's like so close to killing him and I can't get the final shot. There we go. Wow, that's a lot of D's. Mmm. Whew. Mission 19. We're almost done with the game. Well, at least not... Well, let me rephrase that. Not done with the game, unfortunately. We're almost at least done, though, with Virgil's campaign. Thank the Lord. So when we come back to Devil May Cry, we'll be finishing up with Virgil. And then after that, we'll be able to start with Trish and Lady. I don't know who you play as first in that. But it will be interesting to see who gets played there first. But until then, I hope everyone has a good rest of your night. I will see you Tuesday for either Kingdom Hearts 2 when we go through the fun of leveling and backtracking through that hell. Or when we go to Ghost of Tsushima to continue side mission hell. Because who knows when we'll actually get to finish Act 1 in that game. But until then, have a good night and see you all next time. If I can hit the right button.